Coventry estates sell houses. In February, they sold twice as many as they did in January. In March, they sold 10 more than they did in February. In April, they sold half as many as they did in March. They sold a minimum of 123 houses in this time. What's the least number of houses sold in January? Right, so all of this information here is all based on how many they sold in January. If we can figure out how many they sold in January, then we know how many they sold in February, and then we know from that how many they sold in March, and then from that we know how many they sold in April. So if I say, I'm just going to call the number of houses they sold in January, I'll call that X, because I don't know what that is at the moment. But what that does is that allows me to then say that in February, that would be 2X, twice as much. It then allows me to say in March, they sold 10 more than in February. So 10 more than 2X is 2X plus 10. In April, they sold half as many as in March. So in April is half of this, because this was March. So half of this, so half of the 2X is X, half of the 10 is 5. So this is how many they sold in April. So we've got January, February, March, April. And we know in total, these add up to a minimum of 123. So let's add those up. We've got X plus 2X plus 2X plus 10 plus X plus 5. And we know that has to be greater than 123. Because remember, 123 was the minimum. So it has to be greater than or equal to, it could possibly equal 123. We'll see that in a minute. Right, okay, let's simplify this then. So we've got X plus 2X plus 2X plus X. So that makes 6X. We've got 6 X's there. Plus 15, that's the 10 plus the 5, is greater than 123, or equal to. If we now take 15 away from both sides, so 123 take away 15 is 108. And now if we divide both sides by 6, we find that X has got to be greater than or equal to 18. So the least number of houses sold in January is going to be 18. There we go.